Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be She Said She Needed a Break. So I've got an email here from a guy who was divorced about 2 years ago. And then for about 4 months, he started seeing a new woman, and things were going great. They were all over each other, spent a lot of time together. She's got 2 jobs, and apparently in December of this past year, which would have been December 2021, she supposedly got really busy, and this is kind of happens all the time apparently. And she says typically when she gets real busy this time of the year, her relationships typically never last more than 4 to 6 months. So she also said that she needed a break until things were calmer in her life. Now keep in mind, this woman was all over this guy, and now all of a sudden she can't find the time to spend with him because she's so busy. Her schedule's crazy. It's so funny. Girls they all say the same thing. My schedule's just crazy. It's just crazy. Work's crazy busy. It's crazy busy. When you hear shit like that, you go, nah, it's exaggeration. The point being is women don't want to hurt your feelings when they dump you or they push you away. But she did leave the door open. She says, oh, we'll just pick back up where we left off. So I've got a quote that I wrote, and then we'll go through this email because this happens a lot to guys. Guys get the I need a break or let's take some space. And then the guy just sits around in limbo waiting on the woman to make up her mind what they want to do to go forward or move forward, potentially in the future or not. And so this is really important as a man, how you handle this. Obviously, you should be reading 3% Man 10 to 15 times and learning the fundamentals and lining up other prospects because you're never going to sit around and wait. It's obvious. This guy he's new to my work. He just says he's come across some YouTube videos, so I don't think he's probably even read the book yet. And so his attraction and dating strategy is flawed, and he's obviously now finding that out, like a lot of guys do, because he was married probably for a long time, and a lot of guys get back in the dating world and they realize, wow, things are a little different. So the quote says, when a woman asks for a break, says she needs space, she is too busy to date, needs to work on herself, etc., etc. What she is really saying is that she's no longer romantically attracted and wants to break things off to see if her feelings return. Well, typically what they do is they because women know on some level that absence makes the heart grow fonder, and sometimes when they get their distance, the feelings come back, but sometimes they don't. And so that's why they kind of leave that caveat and give the guy the impression that it could potentially work out. But the important thing as a man is that you're not going to stop your life and wait for her to figure it out. You're going to continue moving on with the fun bus. If she gets off, hey, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. If they do not return, you will never hear from them again, meaning her feelings don't return. That's why you don't sit around and wait. Women don't dump men they are in love with. They dump men they feel nothing for. When you get rejected or dumped, you should assume it's over for good and walk away and never look back. Tell her to get in touch if she ever changes her mind. The worst thing you can do as a man is sit around and wait. Or on top of that, keep pursuing a woman who's asked for space or asked for a break. Because she's basically saying, I don't want you in my life. And your attitude should be, oh, you don't want me in your life? Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to find somebody younger and hotter. Darn it. I'm going to really suffer through that. You move on. You be unperturbed. You're unbothered. You're indifferent to it. Your loss. But the reality is this happens because unless the girl's a Fruit Loop, or assuming the girl's normal and not a Fruit Loop, what typically happens is the guys keep pursuing, but if you're a guy who loves and values yourself, you're going to move forward and you're not going to wait. So let's go through his email. He says, hey coach, I came across some of your videos on YouTube. I wanted to ask some advice, and I was seeing this woman after my divorce of 2 years. We hit it off great and we're seeing each other for 4 months. She came to my dad's funeral and was really there for me through all of that. She was constantly coming over and us going out on dates, having sex, and really enjoying each other. So that's the important thing. She had plenty of time. When her interest is high, they make time. And when it's low, oh, my schedule, it's crazy. It's busy. It's just nuts. I can't handle it. It's just crazy busy. Works crazy. She's a single mom and works 2 jobs, the second being on the weekend at a restaurant where she sometimes works until midnight. Her schedule really picked up in December, and we really were not getting to see each other as much. Well, it's also, she could have purposely picked up more shifts just to be unavailable because she wanted space from you. And typically what's happened, the guys in this situation are pursuing too much, and they're starting to smother her. And when you smother a woman, you're pursuing too much. You're basically acting feminine and needy, and it's a turnoff. She had told me that her job has been like this before, and she really wasn't able to date longer than 4 to 6 months due to this. So probably this is a recurring pattern. Guys get hooked. They want a relationship. They want more. They start pursuing too much. She pushes them away. Typically, she's probably attracting guys that are a little weak, little needy. And so it predictably ends the same way. She keeps attracting the same kind of guy. Well, this particular guy wrote the email, recognized something's off, and then he came across yours truly. And now he's recognizing, I got to fill in my knowledge gap. I told her many times if something was going on to just tell me, and she constantly says she wants to pick up where we left off. When things settle down, it does not want to say fuck it. However, she said it could be 6 months. So that's basically her way of saying, yeah, once we have space and distance and you disappear, I might start missing you and get in touch. But you don't wait around for that to happen. You just say, hey, maybe I messed up, may have pursued too much, but I'm going to get better. I'm going to read this blue book with that shaved head dude on there, who's pretty handsome, I must add, and improve my life and get better. Because if she comes back, the idea is you want to get better. You want to clean up the unattractive behavior that led to her pushing you away, because women don't dump guys that they're in love with. They dump guys that they don't have any attraction for, or they've lost attraction for. She said we needed a break until things were calmer in her life. I do have feelings for this woman, but want to know, is this a waste of my time? Yes, if you keep pursuing her, but you have to recognize that she was really into you and got turned off. Now, I'm assuming she's a normal woman and she's not a Fruit Loop. So assuming she's a normal woman, then we have to look at your behavior. Because at the end of the day, you're the one writing me the email, not this chick. So I'm only able to help you anyways. And not her, because she's not interested in that. She's pushing you away. So women don't push guys away that they're really into. I mean, this girl was all over you, having sex, everything was great. And now all of a sudden, oh, shucks, gosh darn it, I might not be able to see you for 6 months. In other words, she's not willing to make time to see you because she's not into you. And that's a hard pill to swallow. It's not what you want to hear. Because as he said, I do have feelings for this one, but want to know, is this a waste of my time? It's nice that you have feelings, but no matter how much you like her, it does nothing for her interest in you. You have to recognize that she's gotten turned off. Most importantly, you got to diagnose why. Why did that happen? And that's why you should read 3% Man. It's free to read at understandingrelationships.com. Just subscribe to the email newsletter. Because once you go through it, you have the experience that most guys have, which is all the light bulbs will go off, and you'll see where you went wrong. And there'll be things in there like, man, she said exactly what the book says. And it makes it pretty easy to understand where you went wrong. Because if you don't read the book and you're trying to cherry pick things from videos, you might get a little bit better, but the same thing will happen again. The idea is, if you don't read the book and fill in your knowledge gap, then say she does return, you'll go right back to the same behavior that turned her off, and the same thing will happen again. The goal is, between now and potentially you hear from her or you meet somebody better, is that you fill in your knowledge gap and you get better. So if she comes back, you're prepared to do everything properly, so you re-attract her like you want, or you attract somebody better, and then you get into a relationship with them, and then this girl shows up. You're like, oh, sorry, I'm seeing somebody, but hey, wish you all the best. Good luck in all your future endeavors. So if you got a question or a challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.